was not recording. Maybe someone was recording, right? I guess someone may recording my session. I forgot to click.
Yes, we can see the session is being recorded.
So that's fine. Now I started the recording. So no problem. I will share the code. No problem. So guys, in Java, string is a class. A string is not a variable. A string is a class in Java. Fine. And like it is a final class in Java and it is present in Java lang package. Fine. So might be for new like users, the package concept is somehow advanced level. I can understand. But for interview point of view, you should know the name of package as well. Might be they will ask. So if you are going to explain like that, oh, string is a final class in Java, it is like present in Java lang package, and each and every time when you are going to create one object of a string, so one area heap memory is acquired and one area is like a string constant pool is acquired. So via this you can explain these topics. So we can see will take two examples how to use string class. So one is like general, say that string string str. So this is called the reference variable. Str is the reference variable via equal to, and say that in the double quotes you are going to give the name of any string. This is Java string demo. So this is called literals. This is called literals, literals. Fine. And there is one another way, a string str1 equal to new string, and in parenthesis like constructor you are passing the value at, say that, hello India. So I would like to explain here what is going to happen in the behind. So for the first line of code, line number 9, a single copy of string literal would be created in the string constant pool. Fine. So this line of code is going to create a single object. You can say single object. This is called string literals, but like a single object would be created in string constant pool, and string constant pool is present inside the heap memory. Fine. And a reference variable, it would be created in the stack memory area. So in the interview they will give the same scenario and will ask what is the difference via this line of code and what will the difference via this line of code. So first explain this line of code, like in the string constant pool one object would be created and the reference variable would be created in the stack memory. Fine. And this reference variable would be pointing this. So for if you want to access this, so via this reference variable you can access this. And what will happen if you will write like this? Since a string is a class in Java, so you cannot subclass it. It means you cannot inherit it. It's a final class. But for a string you can use a normal kind of class instantiation. So via new string, and it's a called constructor in which you can pass the string like that. Fine guys. So we are passing the string like that, and there are other levels of constructors. So maybe in advanced level we will cover those topics as well. But as of now you can understand I am passing one string. So if this line of code would be executed, So what will happen? So one is the literal would be created in a string constant pool. One new object would be created in heap memory area, and the reference variable would be created in stack memory. So there is big difference in this line of code and this line of code. This is going to create one object, one reference variable. This is going to create two objects and one reference variable. So first, this is the difference which you have to tell the interviewer, because in every interview this question would be asked, and one more question would be asked on a string, like how internally it being managed. So internally it is being managed by character type array. In backend, like internally it is being managed by character type array. Fine. So this was like basic of a string class, and once like it is clear, so you can use different method associated with a string. So via str dot, you can see a big list of methods are coming, and in Selenium, if you want to use the get text method, the result of get text method, so first you would like have to concept basic concept of a string class, because without the concept of a string class you cannot go for other things. And one thing I would like to add here, in a string class there are three methods which separately overridden of object class. One is like equals method, one is like compared to method, and one is like has code method. So this is also an interview question, like what are the methods which being explicitly overridden for a string class. So one is equals method, one is like compared to method, and one is like hash code method. So for every string class you will find that method explicitly working. So you can have a look, there is a big list like caret, chars, code point before, compare to, equals method. So for comparing your test cases, like whether it is passed or failed, you need to do the comparison via equals method. Equal ignore case, I will be like using these methods in the coming sessions. Get bytes, you can see get chars, hash code method, index of, you can see over here like lot of methods. Intern method to access directly the string constant pool, you can use the intern method. Is empty, boolean type return. Length to get the length. Matches notify. So some of the methods I am using today, but since it is containing a big list, so as per the requirement and as per the Selenium requirement, I will be using these methods. Fine. So you can say to-char array to convert the entire string into character array, like to lowercase, to string, to uppercase. Lot of methods are tree method, wait method. You can see over here join method, value of. So like there are multiple operations which you can perform. Say that some string is containing number, but it is the string form. You want to get the value. So how you can get the value? In interview, like they are asking, how will reverse the string? Like how will separate the strings, like words of the string. So a lot of operations are present in the string. So as per the requirement and as per the interview question, you can also Google it out, like might be, because if you are having basic idea na, so Google is also going to help you for some advanced level. But since your base would be fine for that, at least you should have the concept so that you can go through the topic. So suppose that I want to get the length. So what I'll do, cshow control space, and for this I am using str via dot operator, and you can find the length. So length is a method, ready-made method given, and via length you can go and get the length, and length is like returning the integer type. You can see over here. When I am mouse hovering it, it is going to return the integer type variable. So fine guys, like you can see, and for this str1 I can copy it, again I can paste it, and I can use str1 over here to just modify, and now going to run it. The first like giving 25 and second is going to give 11. Again I want to perform some multiple operations, so what I'll do, I will try to say that I want to compare something. Fine. If I think you must be knowing the concept of if. In if parenthesis we are going to pass some condition. If the condition is true, then only particular script or line of script or group of script would be like executing, and like if it is not true, then else part would be like executing. Say that str dot equals method I am using, and I am passing manually some string. Say that Selenium. So I have written here, this is Java string demo, and I want to compare it with Selenium. So what will happen? It will compare and return some kind of false condition because it is not equal. So I will manually put some line of code. Equal found, and in the else condition see what if does. First understand the logic. If and condition is given, so condition is like true or false. So if it is true, then in the curly bracket whatever the code you have written, that all the code will execute only on the basis of if condition. So it should be true. The true part is there, then only this line of code would be there. Else it means this condition is false, then come to this and this line of code would execute. Not equal found. See, when I am executing this code, I am finding not equal found. Why so? Because when it is comparing this one, it is finding that it is not equal. So coming to this part, this line of code would not be executed. It is coming to this part, and now this has been executing. Fine. So you can see in this way we are going to use some basic concept of a string, and in the coming sessions, since I have to cover the Java topics, so I am like giving the basic concept of string, and in the coming sessions I will taking that advanced concept of a string. Fine. So like there are multiple methods. Say that I am giving the same string over here. This time you can see the result, what will happen. I'm just changing the existing. Now I'm executing. So this time it is coming equal found. Why it is so? Because this time it is found true. The condition comes true and conditions comes true, then this line of code would be executed, and after that this the control will come over here, and after that rest of the line of the code would be executed. And I have already shown you some of the big list of string class methods. So in the coming sessions I will be using this. Have a look. Ends with substring, trim, equals, length, caret. A long list is there. So as per the requirement, we will try to cover as many as we can. No problem, guys. So this is all about today's topic in string class. Fine. Now we will cover some more topics of Selenium WebDriver. And today in Selenium WebDriver, I would like to give you the concept of methods being widely used in XPath. And after that, in the coming sessions, I would like to cover XPath Access, which is also a very good interview concept. Like you, on the basis of that, you can put some examples like what are the basic differences of in XPath or CSS selector. And for CSS selector too, I'm also going to take some advanced concept. Fine. Not today, but in the coming sessions I will be taking. So today on Selenium topic, I am going to cover some more topics like methods of the XPath and some like symbols which being widely used in CSS selector. So this is my Selenium July demo session. I'm just creating one copy. Copy. Now I'm going to paste it. Right click, paste it, giving the name. You can see name. That's fine. One more copy of that existing is created via this name. Now whatever the code is not required, I'm going to remove that for today. Fine. See, I'm taking one example of Facebook. What I did, I just created one public static void main. I created one class name and file name should be same. Whatever the method I have written here, public static void main method, the 6 parameter, or you can say 6 word, which you should know what are these words. Like JVM will start execution only if this line of code would be found, and in the curly bracket whatever the methods, whatever the scripts you can write over here. So you are aware about Firefox driver equal to new Firefox driver. This I have commented for you. This should be on because in my system I have set the path, and I have also I have planned to take one session. This is small topic like how to set your system variable like system path. So I will also cover. I will try to cover this topic too. So you can see over here I have created one reference variable, that is driver of new Firefox driver, and now via driver.get I have opened one Facebook. So let me manually open that to explain some concept. See guys, so what I'll have to do, I will have to use Firebug. Fine. And now try to write your own XPath on the basis of some methods what are present. Say that this is my double slash, and after that like a star symbol for all the text. I want to find it in the all the text. Like suppose that I want to find create an account, that might be you are given to check whether that particular word is present on your web page or not. So like this is one of the most interview question, that how you are going to find that your particular word is present on your web page or not. Like randomly any word would be given, and you will have to ask, like you will be asked like try to find that element, that try to find that a particular word is present on a web page or not. So what you will have to do, you will have to like basic the syntax of the XPath. The basic syntax of the XPath is like that, and that square bracket, in that square bracket you will have to use a method called contains. Contains method is there, and contain methods works on two part. Like it is having two parameters, so I would separate those parameters via comma. Just have a concept, like you will have to pass two parameters. So parameters, like if you want to find the text, so you will have to write here text, T-E-X-T, text, and text is a method. So you will have to define text comma, and after that you can give the text which you want to find. Say that I want to find account, copy, and I'm pasting over here, and in the single quotes you will have to pass this. When you will hit enter, you can find the elements are being highlighted which are containing account. You can see like there are 6. You can see here 6 are coming. So via account, like you are getting multiple elements, so you will have to add something more. Say that I am taking from here to here. If I want to find some unique, so that's why I am changing, right? Now I'm again hitting enter. Now again I am finding 3 nodes. So again I am going to provide the entire, see. Now again I am finding 3 nodes. So in all the cases, like 3 nodes are there. So first would be like will be taken by default via find element method. So if you want to find the next, then you will have to identify or take the help of advanced level. So via some previous element or next element you can also find. But in this case, like it is for the first element would be return. So first element is this, second is this, and third is this. You can see over here. So this is one way to use the contain methods, and I'm coming to the next way, like how you going to identify the dynamic elements. Say that contain method is also applicable to find the dynamic element. Say that some example, take some example. Maybe you find that for find element, right click, inspect. You find that, oh, u and underscore 0 is common, and each and every time the value that is coming in the last 2, it is changing. Fine. So on the basis of common pattern, you can find the XPath of particular web element. So for that, you can also use you can say contain, starts with, and ends with methods are there. So in this case, like if I want to take some example, so I can write the XPath code over here. So I am taking like example asterisk, and in the square bracket I am going to write contains, contains, and contains is a method, so I will have to write in parenthesis, and contain method is like taking 2 arguments, so arguments should be separated via comma. Fine. And if you want to identify some attribute values, so you will have to write like that, at the rate, for attribute, the attribute name is given, id. You are going to find an element on the basis of attribute. So you can take any attribute as per your choice. You can take any attribute. If you find that, oh, this attribute like it is fine, I can identify on the basis of this attribute. So you can take help of any attribute, because Goal is to find the particular web element. So on the basis of any attribute, you can find that particular element. And say that in this case, I am using this part. I am skipping the last one and enclosing it via single quotes. Again, now trying to identify. So you can see over here that 29 nodes are coming. So 29 nodes are containing like this pattern. And you can see in the web page, all these web elements are containing the ID starts from 0 u underscore 0 underscore. So this is the common pattern used for this. So this ID is not like relevant to find the unique element. So you can take the help of, so you will have to identify as per your experience, as per your is like a inspection of the particular web element, and as per the like given attributes and values, you can identify which I can use to find the unique element, because at the last you will have to achieve the goal that you will have to find the unique web element. So which locators I should apply? Fine, any locators you can use, it depends, any locator you can use, but your goal should be to find the particular unique element. If you want to find the particular element, so only one element should be the result. So this is another way, like contents can be applied on the text level. Like if you want to find some text, it is present on the particular web page or not, and if any attribute values you want to identify, so you can use contents method for any attribute values. So contents is basic. Yeah, hello.
Yeah. Question. How does contains method is different from the find by element method?
No, in find element method, you are passing this argument. Contain method is the part, like contain method is a part of XPath.
Okay, got it.
I am like defining XPath contains method over here.
Okay, got it.
So contain method is not a kind of locator. It is a part of XPath. So on the basis of some common pattern, you can identify. So in interview, they are going to ask you how to identify whether a particular text is present. So if my find element is going to return some web element, I will check. What I will do, I will put a check condition that if the return type of a particular find element is not an exception, it means the element is present, right? Got my point? So if my find element is not throwing any kind of exception, or like my find element, like with the help of find elements, if the size is greater than 1, there are multiple ways in which you can identify. So if the size is greater than 1, then in that case my web particular element is present on the web page. So I would say yes, it is present. If the size is like is equal to 0, then that web element is not present on the web page. So you can use any technique, like there are multiples, you can find it on in the multiple ways. If you are using find element, then it is going to throw some kind of exception, and if the exception is found, then you can say, oh, that element is not present, simply. So there are multiple ways. Just I am defining the contains method, how you are going to use. So if you want to use it, so what you will have to do, you have to just right click, copy here, and in the code, when you are writing over here, driver driver dot find element, and with the help of, since I am using it for XPath, so I will use here XPath only, and XPath I will have to pass like this. See what will happen. It is, as you have seen here, it is returning 29, right? You can see the count is 29 over here. So via find element, if it is not going to throw some exception, so in that case the element is present. What I'll do, I will try to run this code. If no exception is coming, then the element is present. Like why I'm focusing on this topic now, this is an important interview question. Page has been launched, Facebook has been opened. I'm just waiting. You can see over here, no exception is being thrown, right? No exception has been thrown. Say that I'm manually changing some thing over here. So what will happen? Just wait and see. Since I am using find element, if no element will be found, then what will happen? Now come to the background. The page is not automatically being closed. Now come to the background. You can see over here. No such element exception, right? No such element exception is coming. Just wanted to explain, so that's why I'm like using it. But main thing is like you have to use the XPath concept over here only. That part already has been covered. Like in the earlier session, I have given some demo on find element and find elements. So that I have already covered. So like you can put it in the try catch block, and in the next section I will try to give the concept of try and catch, so that like everyone should be aware about what is a try, like how we are going to handle the exception in Selenium, or that is the Java concept. Like in Java, how are going to handle the exception. So if the exception is found, then definitely that element is not present, and to handle the exception I will write some code, and in that code I will manually print that, oh, the element is found or not. If my exception is not being generated, then the element is found. If the exception is generated, then the element is not present. Fine. So see guys, this was like a basic use of contains. Now I am trying to cover more XPath methods over here. So contains you can use only two ways. One is for text. So you will have to pass the text function over, and like whatever the text you want to find. I have given two examples of contains, and now I'm trying to give examples of starts with. One method is starts, starts hyphen with. This is also one method, and what it does, it starts like it tries to find the element on the basis of start with. So you can also use start with on the text level, and you can also use start with on the attribute level. So for attribute, you will have to identify the particular attribute, and you will have to give the pattern from where you want to find. So now I'm trying to find. So again it is coming 29 nodes. Now what I do, I try to change something. Now again time, because since it is a start with method, so start will always look that a particular web element should be like having the ID field. ID should be start with _0 underscore. So no node found, so it is not going to return any element, and no such element exception would be given via find element.
And Rajiv, here they have provided this ID like _0_.
Yeah.
It also, the
In
regular
contents,
exception.
if you are using contents now, so in that case it is going to found, because like contents starts from anywhere, and start
Yes.
with start finding with starting point. Fine. So this is the
My
basic
question,
difference.
my question is, can we use the regular expression also here?
Regular expression, that is advanced concept. If you want, like I
Uh-huh.
can give a separate session on that topic, but like
Uh-huh.
as of now, that is advanced concept. I'm just covering the
Uh,
basic functions which are like being ready-made. We can use
okay.
regular expressions anywhere in Selenium and Java.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine.
Fine. Anywhere it is allowed. Like you can use. So this is like the concept of start with. It was again, I am putting you to explain. So again, you can see 29 nodes are found, and first node like it is coming up here. Fine. And one method is like ends with ends ends with. So nothing is found ending with this. You can put over 2. Now try to find whether it is going to find or not. Nothing is there with ending with 2, 3. Just trying to copy it. It is saying that invalid X path ends with. I think mistaken somewhere. Just need to check on Google. ENDS ends with METHOD method in XPath. You can see these are the basic method: start with, contains, and end with. Contain start from anywhere, start will look from a starting point, and ends with. What I was using? I was using the same ends with. That's fine. Ends with should be, and like dot is for finding from the particular point. You can say dot is advanced concept. You are asking about regular expression, no? So that is one case of regular expression. I will look. I will look on that topic and will like try to explain or like try to record it offline and like post it somehow, because right now I'm not seeing any example, and due to time issues I'll have to close the session as well. You can see some of the examples over here. Contents you can use in this way. I've already given the example of contents. Ends with is like that. I'm doing the similar thing, but it is showing like incorrect. It is not using parenthesis over here for ends with. Fine guys, I will look into it, and like these were basic methods which I wanted to show for XPath. Might be somewhere I have like done some mistakes. I will look into it and will come back to you. So for today's session, I am like stopping it, and in the coming sessions, I'll try to record it, or like I will try to cover next topics in the next session. So tomorrow, like we will be having session on some advanced level of a string class in Java, and like some topics of XPath, advanced level, and CSS selectors. Start with, contains, and end with concepts that I would like to cover in the coming sessions. Fine. And if you have like any topic that you want to understand, so just ping me. I'll try to record it, and like I will try to get back to you on that topic. Fine guys. So thank you for attending my session for today, and like everyone is welcome that if he is having the good understanding on any topic, they can also participate. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Good night.
Thank you, Ravi.
Welcome, welcome.